It was a brilliant day in Vaikanze, and without further ado, we bring you the round 3 rapid recap game between Dubov and Vidit Gujarati.
Indeed, an early front runner for game of the year, not just game of the tournament. Daniil Dubov, he can play anything, he will play anything, but he soon sprung the first surprise.
Right here, he played bishop g5, which is not the most common move, instead castling for white or other variations. And after h6, he retreats his bishop. And Fiona, right around here, knight a3, what an odd choice.
What an odd choice.
He played, first of all, knight a3, which was a new idea. And then I did not react in the best way.
He decided to take the knight on a3, always a double-edged decision.
Yes, white gets the bishop here, but also a ruined pawn structure here on the queen side. But the game started heating up where Vidit, he was a bit self-critical about the move knight to b8, but it worked out in his favor as he reroutes the knight to d7. And here, Fiona, this is where it gets spicy.
Indeed, g5, the white bishop, and Vidit now deciding to take the pawn on e4, which is going to, of course, open up all the lines in front of that uncastled king on e8.
As Vidit said, this is modern chess for you. He takes this pawn on e4, it attacks the bishop, it attacks the pawn on c3. So Dubov plays queen c2. We see another brilliant choice, pawn to f5. If my king's going to be in danger, let's put in all the danger it can handle. And after de5, we saw a trade, rook to e1, knight takes bishop, pawn takes, e4, and Fiona, we saw g4, things are heating up. And how did Vidit handle this?
He now just ignored this g4 push, jumped with the knight into c5, Dubov doing the same, bringing his own knight forward via d4, and rook f8 admitting, I'm never going to castle kingside. That was off the table for a while already.
We saw gf5, bishop f5, and now this was the first humongous shot of the game. Rook takes b7, the point being that after knight takes b7, bishop b5 is check to the miserable king. If you go king to d8, you walk into a fork, knight c6 check is a problem, you lose your queen. If the bishop returns to d7, rook takes e4, guess what? White wins your queen again. That leaves you with one other option, king f7. White snaps off his bishop on f5, hits the queen, hits e4, the bishop can go back to c4, h6 is under attack, e4 as mentioned is threatened. This would have been bad news for Vidit.
Vidit Gujarati, he played the incredibly calm and cool rook f6, which turns out to be the only move in the position.
I wish I could give that like 3 exclamation points. And Dubov said, threat, what are you talking about? Let's play queen to b1. The knight took the rook, the queen swooped into b7, and here's where everything broke loose. Rook d8, knight f5, rook f5, and Fiona, from a distance, perhaps Dubov didn't see Vidit's saving grace here.
It looks like the black king is in a lot of trouble. All the pieces are swooping in. We are skewering the queen and the king from a distance. The saving grace, rook d1 check, freeing up that all-important d8 square. Dubov here stepped out of the check, and now rook e5 is a different story.
So king d8, and the fireworks just really started continuing. Queen a8, check. King to d7, bishop b5, check. That king goes up to e6. We'll give it another check, why don't we? The king steps to f6, and now after queen h8 check, it's not losing because of the move king to f5, Fiona. Made the move f3, which I can understand because rook takes e5, queen takes e5 is a check to the king, a check to the queen. That would force the queen trade, and black is up a rook for a bishop. So instead of these moves, the only move was queen c8 check. I can forgive Daniil for missing this because king takes e4 is not possible. Queen g4 check, you see the bar go up. King to d5, it is not queen takes rook. That's the move that we were all thinking, no, it is queen c4 check. The king has only one square, and this is sort of a smothered mate. The rook and the queen, they block the king's access to free squares. That is check and mate on the board. So that is what Daniil Dubov missed, and Vidit was missing nothing after that was not played.
Yeah, f3, Daniil Dubov just clinical from here on out, with the king that has been all over the board already. Now bishop c6, but now all that was left to do for Vidit was to put the finishing touches on this position.
And he made it look easy. He pushes his pawn to g4. One last check, king d2, and that is where the game concludes, because queen f2 check, even queen e2, forcing the queens off the board because the white queen is pinned to the king. That would end any debate because black is up that rook for the bishop. And we're going to end our game here. That was your round 3 rapid recap.